my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Alright, now, today, technically this video is being filmed on Monday morning, March 1st, because this is probably the only time I'll be able to do videos this week, other than Friday. But today, I wanted to do something a little fun. So, as you all know, Henry Danger is one of my absolute favorite TV shows of all time. I absolutely love it. And I thought we would start off with the next series of this little ranking series I'm doing of ranking Henry Danger things by ranking the part 2 episodes or part 3 episodes. The ones that have more than one part. Like The Danger Begins, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. But with that said, let's get started. But before we do that, share your list down below. What is your favorite part 2 episode of this series? Just tell me, what are your favorites? With that said, let's get started. Alright, now Danger games just felt very out of place. Now, on the one hand, it is an exciting idea of bringing the Henry Danger characters and the Game Shakers characters together in one episode. It seems like a very cool idea. Because, you know, they did well with that with Danger and Thunder, which we'll get into that in a little bit. But this episode just did not do well for me. First off, bringing Dr. Maniac as the main villain of this episode just did not seemed very weird to me. But to be honest, having them on the show just does not really seem the best way, because they're kids and they're not technically superheroes. It worked for Danger and Thunder because Phoebe, Thunderman, and Max were superheroes. Well, superheroes in training, but whatever. The story of Dr. Maniac was just not very good. Now, if they just took out the Game Shakers characters and it was just a normal episode with Captain Man and Kid Danger trying to stop Dr. Maniac, it would have been a really good episode. But just adding them in just did not make it better, honestly. And for me, it comes in last place. I just don't like it very much, and it's probably the one I watched the least. So Danger and Thunder, I know I just said I was about to talk about it, and I know it's a little bit low on the list. But for me, this was just an episode that I just didn't really enjoy. Now it's much better than it's much better than Danger Games, but it's not great. Okay, the story is a bit predictable. The action sequences are cool. I do like that. I like the team up between Captain Man, Kid Danger, and Phoebe Thunderman. I like that. I like that team up. But just the story, the way it all ties together, it doesn't feel satisfying to me. I kind of feel like we should have had something better. Like, I feel like we could have had the Henry Danger characters, all of them, and the Thundermans just team up together and fight all the bad guys at Swellview. It just would have been one of the coolest things to see. But we didn't get that. We did get some awesome fights with all the villains of Swellview, but we didn't really get much. So, for me, it comes in at number 4, but it's still an enjoyable episode. The interactions between all the characters are really cool, though. Alright, so The Danger Begins is actually this is the first part 2 episode. As it was the episode that introduced this whole world to us, it was an absolute blast. The character of Henry is very cool because it's like he doesn't know what's going on. Cause like when he tries to go to get this job, he doesn't know what's going on. Why is this man acting so weird? And like his reaction to all of this is just funny. Like, did that plant burp? Or what is the job? Like, there's a lot of classic lines, and then of course you get the classic line, "Feels good." Like, it's just a classic line. And then of course the way they do the action sequences into this episode, it does it in a clever way, as it is the first episode. Well, I can kind of say that it is a little bit weird with Toddler, but everything else is absolutely fantastic with the characters, the cast. Mostly everything in this episode is fantastic, so I love The Danger Begins. Alright, now this one was very weird to me, because how could you make a superhero show a musical? That just did not seem like my target for me. But to be honest, they actually kind of made it work. The songs were actually pretty cool. And actually having, I believe, Ariana Grande's brother, I believe. Coming back, making Showview like this big old musical world. It seemed pretty cool. Just all the songs I thought were just amazing. And this is kind of like one of those episodes where it kind of backstages away from action sequences, from having special moments with song. And I think it does a great job of that. And you kind of dive deep into the characters a little bit more, especially with Ray learning about his play with cats. But everything else is pretty cool. I really like this episode, so that's why it's at number 2. Out of all the part 2 episodes, you have to talk about Hour of Power. This is just the one that introduces... I love the introduction of Drex in this episode, and just the backstory of him and Ray. It is a bit relatable, because we've seen stories like this before, but it doesn't really explain why he became evil, though. But, you know, it's a good story, and it's like, you see a bit of a deeper part of Henry, where because he was defeated by Drex, he was humiliated, and so he thinks that it's time for him to give up. It's a really cool character arc for him. But then he comes back with a new superpower, and when he beats up Drex, he gets what he deserves. It is just fantastic to see that. So, and also there's just a lot of awesome moments. So for me, that's why Hour of Power is my favorite Henry Danger part 2 episode of all time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram name is Marvel6. My TikTok name is Marvel1Fan. I sometimes mention those names in the video so that people follow me. But I technically don't do it sometimes because I technically just want to get the videos done. Not because I don't want to do it. I just want to get the videos done so I could rest my mind. But see you guys later.